Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Ife Style, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, come on, go on now, hit on that subscribe button and also hit on the notification button so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. I'm going to teach you how I made this summer top. As you can see how it is. Yeah, so let's get started. So this is the material I'm going to use today to make this to make the double layer umbrella summer top. So I've already folded this fabric into two. You fold it into two equal sizes. Then after folding into two, you have to fold it diagonally this way. So now we're going to start our measurement. First, we are going to use a bust measurement, and the bust measurement I'm using is 42 inches. So 42 divide into 4, which is 10.5 inches. So I'm going to put my tape where I can get the measurement of 10.5. Then I'm gonna add a 1 inch seam allowance from that 10.5 inches. That's 11.5. Then I'm going to place my ruler. So I mark straight line here. Let me bring it closer. So I've marked the straight line. So from there, I'm going to mark my bust measurement, which is 10.5. So I start the measurement on this folded place. I'm going to mark 10.5. That's the bust measurement. Then I'm going to add half seam allowance, which is here. So after that, now I'm going to mark in this same line. I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement, which is 17. Then 17 divided by 2, which is 8.5. I'm going to move it in with 2.5 inch. So I move it in with 2.5 inch. Then here I'm gonna mark 2.5 inches here. So I'm going to connect that line straight up. So I mark the line straight up. So now I'm going to get my armhole measurement. My armhole measurement is 20 inches divided by 2, which is 10 inches. So I'll place it here. This is 10 inches. Then from this 10 inches, I'm going to minus 5.5 inches. So I'll mark 5.5 inches because we are going to use a strap. So I mark 5.5 inches here. So from this 5.5 inches, I'm going to make a curve connection for the, you can use your curve ruler to do this. So this is the armhole. You can see how I did it here. That's for the armhole. So from this folded part, this side, we are going to create the neckline. So I'm going to place my tape on this line here. I'll place my tape here, 2 inches. I'm going to measure from here. I'll mark 2 inches. So from these 2 inches, I'm going to curve it, connect it to this 5 inches that I mark here. So I'm going to use a curve ruler. See how I placed it? Then I connect it. So this is for the neckline. So after connecting all this, I'm going to add 1/2 inch seam allowance for both arm. For the neck and for the armhole, I'm going to add a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So as you can see, I've added 1/2 inch seam allowance. So now we're going to measure the length. So for the length, because it's double umbrella top, the length I'm using 18 inches for the first layer. So the second layer will be 23 inches. So I place my, as you can see, I've placed my tape from this point of 5 inches here. Let me bring it up. Then this is 18 inches for the length, but from going to minus 5.5 inch, that will minus from up here. So we're minusing 5.5 inch. So if I minus 5.5 inch, that will be 12.5. So I'll mark 12.5 inch here. So I'm going to be placing my tape round, holding the edge here, holding the edge. Then I'll be marking 12.5 round. Place it and mark 12.5 inches round the top. So after marking that, I mark my seam allowance down. I'm marking 1 inch seam allowance. So after that, I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to cut it out, then cut it out from here, and also cut it out from here. So you can see now that I've cut out the top. So when I open it, this is how it looks. You can see how it looks. So now I'm going to fold it back. Get another material, the same material. I folded into 2, the same way I folded it on the first one. Place it on this. I place it here, making sure this folded place is the same place on this folded place as well. From the down here, I'm going to be measuring 5 inches from the beginning here. I'll place and mark 5 inches round. This is the 5 inches line. I've marked the 5 inches line all the way to the end here. You can see. So what I'll do next is I'm going to cut out this, then I'm going to cut out this side. So So I've cut the both out. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'll open both of them, then I'll go to my machine and I'll sew this side on both sides, and this side I'm gonna sew this side as well. So now I have stitched both sides. As you can see, I've stitched them together, and this one too. So what I'll do next, I'm going to turn it out this way. This is the front. Then I'm going to turn out the front of this too. So what I'll do is this, place this here, then I'm going to push this one inside this way, put it inside. Then this is the sleeve, going to pin it together. So what I'll do now is I'll go back to my machine and I'll sew it together, join them together from the neck to the armhole. So as you can see, I've joined it together, two of them together. So the next thing I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna cut a strip, which I already done. I cut this from the fabric, and this measure the 2 inches. You can use 1 inch or 1.5 inch, depends on your choice how big you want this strap to be. So what I'm going to do, you see this strip, I fold it this way, then I fold it this way, then I'm going to give it a good press. You iron it to give it a flat ironing so that you'll be flat after ironing it. So for that, I already done this one, and this is it, what it looks like after ironing it. So you can see the way I folded and ironed it. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take this strip, we're going to tape it around the neck and the armhole, and also create the strap. So we're gonna start from here. We'll place it this way, pin it around, making sure it covers both sides. Put it around this way, then use pin and secure it with a pin. So as you can see, when I get to this place, we minus 5.5 inches from when we are doing the measurement. So from this bit here, I'm going to measure 5.5 inches. From here, 5.5 inches. This is 5.5 inches. You can measure all the way 11 inches. Just place your tape here and measure 11 inches. So this is where the 11 inches end. So from there, we're going to place it 11 inches on the other side. So you can see how it is. So we're going to pin it around on the neck from the end beads here. I'm going to measure 11 inches. Place my tape. 11 inches. So this is 11 inches, and this one I'm going to place it here, then I'll cut it out. So this is it. This one I'm going to cut out this one. So what I will do, I'm going to fold it in to end it the other way. So I'm going to make a stitch round, then I'll sew this strap round, sew it round. Then on the armhole I'm going to place the same fabric just to stitch the armhole round. See, so I'll place this one round and stitch it round. So as you can see now, I already stitched the strap and around the neck and the armhole as well. See, so this is it. It's ready to layer. So the next thing I'm gonna just to hem them out, I'll go to my overlocking machine, then I just overlock it. So this is the blouse. I hope you like my video, and please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.